Unpopular Degrassi Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinions opinion video. As usual, I always like to say what I've covered. I've covered the students mishandling the cause in season 4 of Emma's domestic violence campaign. Paige in season 4, why she was with Mr. O. Sean and Emma, would they would have had a relationship season 4? The bus crash in next class, did they really have to go over there with the bus crash? Well, but Emma and Manny in season 6, why Emma was justified to be mad at Manny in season 6 in the wake of JT's stabbing. Spitter's redemption arc being the best ever. That's an unpopular opinion in a sense. Emma being a friend with Manny a friend to Manny was more than you think. Maya in season 14, was she dating Miles out of love or out of desperation to try to get rid of the Cam guilt? I also talked about Peter and Emma in season 6, how it's so strange how Emma would defend Peter in season 6 with all the stuff that was happening. Why didn't Rick get stopped in season 4? They had many opportunities to stop Rick from it. It could have been a whole lot different. And I also did the fact that did Raditch have did Raditch have a grudge against Emma stemming back to season 2 and season 4? Take a look at that. Today I'm going to present a few more. The first one I'm presenting today is Ashley's downfall after season 1. Was it her fault or was it not? This unpopular opinion is basically Ashley's downfall was not her fault. It was Paige's fault. And all that. So, as we all know, Ashley was a bright character in season 1, and she was basically an A-type, like basically smart, sassy, and basically just a do-gooder. No. And she had to deal with Toby being her step-sibling and all that. So basically, yeah, that was huge. A lot of people said that there was a lot of episodes that centered on the Ashley and Toby dynamic. Basically, they probably were going to be the stars of season 1, but then both characters fell down a cliff, if you will. So anyway, at the end of season 1, Ashley, in a season that saw her win student council president, luckily, and finding out that her dad was gay, decides to take ecstasy to basically warm herself up at a party with Jimmy. The results are disastrous. And the fact of the matter is, Ashley makes an ass of herself and basically is shunned by the school. That starts season 2. Ashley, as we all know, basically tried her best to get back into Paige's clique, but nothing happened. And then when basically there was a bit of misunderstanding about Jimmy and Sean and all that stuff, then Ashley got slated. And basically Paige forced Terry to decide between Ashley and the clique. And Terry chose poorly. And then Ashley turned goth. She basically wanted to be with Jimmy, but she was upset when Jimmy basically chose her old look over her goth look and all that. Ashley went downhill more in season 3 because she was dating Craig, which was great and all that, but stupid Craig cheated on her with Manny and got Manny pregnant. Ashley was justified in telling the whole school about it because she was trying to get mad at Craig. I don't think she had anger towards Manny. It was about Craig. And stupid Craig. Craig makes up this nice apology song and wins Ashley back. Ashley had every right to blast Craig into fine powder. But why did she take him back? I don't know. Then season 4, she's with Craig, and then, of course, with her dad's gay wedding and all that, she finds out how Craig is messed up, and Craig is diagnosed being bipolar and all that. And Ashley stays with Craig until she goes to England. She finds a boyfriend. Craig is not too happy about it. She comes back in season 6 and 7 for some strange inconvenience or convenience, whatever you want to call it. And nothing else happens. So basically, yeah. So let's flashback to season 2. So Ashley has to deal with the repercussions of her being an ass in the episode Jagged Little Pill season 1. So basically, yeah, she's being ignored because of her reactions and all that. I mean, she takes it with a grain of salt. But my point, guys, is that, Ashley wanted to do redemption, and she probably found redemption. She wanted to be with Sean. She wanted to be with Jimmy. I don't know why people were hating on Ashley for this, for what she did. It just doesn't make sense compared to most characters and how they deserve to be hated and all that. But the main problem is Paige. The main reason I'm saying this is because Paige was the queen bee at the school. She tried to be the queen bee at the school. She always somehow got upstaged by Heather Sinclair, even though Sinclair was basically unseen. Good old Heather. But anyway, yeah, Paige's popularity as being a queen bee did a lot more damage to Ashley as you think it did. Basically, Paige says that Ashley is not part of the popular group. Okay, Ashley can get herself back in. Oh, is that true? Possibly. But then you got yourself the feeling and the fury that basically Paige used her popularity to scare other people into not being with Ashley. How many friends did Ashley have after that? Probably just one or two, but one of them was Terry. I forget what episode it was, but basically Ashley is doing well and all that, but Paige basically lashes out at her feelings towards Sean and Jimmy. And basically Paige tells the whole, well, not the whole school, but like the grade group basically, that Ashley is a hypocrite or whatever it is. And Ashley is upset that now Paige is spreading rumors and all that. Worst of all is that basically the only friend she might have, Terry, actually decides to choose being part of Paige's clique over Ashley. I mean, like, gosh, Terry, what are you thinking? And poor Ashley decides to go golf with Ellie. I don't blame Ashley for trying to be golf. She was trying to protect people, and then she went golf. She was like, nobody gives a crap about me. And so basically, yeah, it's just terrible and all that. So, in all likelihood, I mean, Paige ruined Ashley. It's not racism and all that, if you're thinking that, because we all know that Paige is white and Ashley's black. That's not the truth. The truth is that Paige is basically this girl that says, if you stab me in the back somehow, I'll never forgive you and all that. So basically, Paige becomes very sassy and all that. And it seemed that Paige is basically someone who, if you stab me in the back, figuratively, not literally, of course, then screw you, I'll make sure that nobody likes you and all that. I think that attitude also manifested itself in season 4 after Emma protects Rick from being hurt by Spinner, Jay, and Alex physically. I mean, Emma and Paige came up with the cause to try to get Rick out of school without breaking any rules, but it didn't work. The students took it as a way to destroy Rick once and for all. They took the cause wrong. I mean, Emma probably felt bad that this cause was taken out of context. And she probably also thought that the cause was why this thing with Rick, it actually got her to do less causes. It basically scared her because she felt a little bit responsible for why Rick went downhill. But I don't think so. The students basically paid for it. The zero tolerance policy that was enacted, it has to let go tenure. Basically, I think the school board basically put that on Degrassi as punishment, despite the fact that Rick shot Jimmy and could have shot Emma. Bullying is bullying, but there's still bullying going on in Degrassi after season 4. Like, did they really put the zero tolerance policy into effect? I don't really think there were too many expulsions in Degrassi's era. I think there were probably like 4 or 5. But in a sense, I mean, yeah, Paige did it to herself. I mean, Paige's attitude was basically trying to get people not to be towards Ashley and all that. Well, actually, yeah, you're right. I feel like Paige basically used her gossip to ruin Ashley. And that's not right. I mean, Ashley deserved better. Not just because she was black, but because her character could have been a good influence on other people, too. So anyway, that's the unpopular opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm Jeff Diamond. Thank you.